And this is the garden below us. You can see here, these are Jerusalem artichokes. They look like they're doing really well because I haven't watered them once this year. They're a bit in the shade, but they're still going strong. Some kale, which actually seems to be pretty good in the heat, as do these cabbages. To see how they do. You can see the cabbage white butterflies. This is our tunnel, but with just a bit of netting to try and protect from the heat a bit. And these are aubergine or melanzani. They're doing really well. You can see them there. Much better than last year. Looking forward to having some. And we've got peppers, waiting for those to ripen. Lots of pepper plants. And some parsley. I'm planting some watermelons. They may be a little bit late gone in though, hopefully not. More tomatoes. Starting to come on. Peppers looking a bit wilty. This is a flower bed, but not really, only just planted a bit this year. Been putting grass mulch around everything to try and keep some of the moisture in. Cosmos. And this area was our potato bed. It's still got the potatoes, some in. I had to dig some up, so I had room for these plants, broccoli and broccoli purple sprouting. And again, we had lots of too many pumpkin plants, but to give them a chance, we put them in the ground. They just look droopy now because of this heat, but they'll recover when it gets a bit cooler. Let's walk over this way. More pumpkins, 2 hot pumpkins. Beetroot, had trouble trying to get that to any size, but maybe it looks a bit better this year. Got some dwarf beans starting to come up there for the next succession. This is a bit down towards the pond. Puro put lots of sticks in for things to climb up or be attached to. We've got some sunflower plants. These are the courgette plants and zucchini. Done really well, much better than last year. I'm guessing because we put in lots more manure and not really able to eat them all ourselves. So trying to find places to give them. Where's that one gone? Oh yeah, there's one. Nice. Some cauliflower. This is where the garlic was. The garlic did okay. We don't eat much anyway, so it's fine. These plants are supposed to be butternut squash, but they turned out to be summer squash. They seem to be easy enough to grow anyway. I can show you the... And so you eat those. We found out if you leave them, they go all big and knobbly and quite tough. But you're supposed to eat them at about this size. And you can treat them like a zucchini or like a courgette. And they're a bit more buttery in flavour. They're quite nice actually. So even though they're the wrong plants, they turned out quite well. The sunflowers just seeded themselves from last year, which is good because we like sunflowers. Oh look, can you see this? That's our pumpkin. It's one of the giant ones. I'll put my hand on it. You can see how big it is now. Apparently you can eat them young, or we can let it mature and then have it in the winter, but we'll have plenty anyway, so there's one over there that's pretty massive as well. We may cut them sooner and start using it now. And this is our melon patch. Doing a lot better than last year's melon patch. Got quite a few fruit coming on there in different places. There we go. They seem happy enough to grow, and I think there's plenty of time for them to ripen properly. So some carrots. I had trouble getting carrots together, but this patch here, which is half gone to flower, was sown last year, but we're actually getting carrots from some of them, which is good. And planted some butternut squash here. There's a few more potatoes. They weren't given as much care as the other ones, but we'll get something back maybe. Bit of a leek patch, just testing out to see if we can grow leeks. So use a bit of that in soup in the winter. Ooh, more cabbages. And I have to learn to make sauerkraut, to use all the cabbages up. There's a couple of bit of raspberry plants going on there, but I think the birds are eating them because raspberries keep disappearing. Celery. I've never grown celery before, but if you're not trying to get it all white and long and just use it in soups and things like that, it's pretty easy to grow. Of course, the watering's the main issue, and we've got some on this bit. We've got some runner beans and things climbing up there. And I've got a few apples growing. Not sure. Hopefully they'll get to maturity. We'll have a few apples. There doesn't seem to be many around on people's trees this year, apparently because of the range of temperature going from hot to cold too much. And this area is the pond that's of course drying out until we get a better water source, but it's still just about in there. And we've got a proper liner to put in that hopefully this year. It's quite wild, but here I'm planting some artichokes, which are really nice to eat, and some of the plants seem to be shrivelling down. That one's not too bad. Some of them flowering and look quite healthy. Not quite sure why this one's shriveled down, but I'm hoping that the roots will be okay and it will come back up again. It's a fruit tree we've planted called kaki. And here's a grapevine. I bought a few grape plants. Actually, maybe getting ripe. So, I think that's it. Not sure there's much more going on than last year, but you get the idea. Lots of plants, lots of tomatoes. Okay, that's it. And one last spin around.